What is up, YouTube? This is Agent Darkness, and I have some guests with me, Gomer16 and DJ Mega E. What's up?
Hello. Hello. Hey, how you doing? All right.
Yeah, we're gonna
What's up, you two?
yeah, we're gonna talk about how the tech world today sucks.
And it does. It does.
It sure does, cause there are some things that are good about it, but there's a lot of things that are bad. First of all, okay, Mega E, tell YouTube about when you called Apple and about the thumb drive and stuff.
If I can remember what they said,
You have to
they
remember
said,
exact.
huh?
You don't have to
Oh,
remember exact. Just you know. Um,
they the Apple people told me that um that I think you had to have some certain thing or something, and then because it wouldn't just work with something or other. And I'm like, whoa, okay. So I don't know what to say about that.
Yeah, we had it's confusing where it said you can't download Apple Music to your thumb drive.
That's right. Yeah, you can't download it to your thumb drive
You
for
just
for what for whatever reason.
I don't know, yeah. Um you just you can only put like your personal music onto your thumb drive or something like CDs and stuff.
Your yep. CD collection. Your CD collection, but you can't do it from Apple Music
Which I
because
don't mind doing that, but I really wanted to download music I don't have on CD like I wanted to put music from Apple Music onto the thumb drive from your
oh,
iPad Pro because it was a new update coming out.
okay, yeah,
And
because they said that Apple Music was only meant for streaming, and if you wanted to put it on your thumb drive, you have to actually purchase it from the iTunes store or something like
which
that.
is ridiculous. It's free. Hello. Apple Music is streamed and it's free. Everything is free. Okay? If it's free, can't you download the damn thing to your thumb drive?
Well, you're paying for Apple Music
Oh,
by
that's
a
right.
monthly bill,
It's
so
a
it's not
monthly
free.
bill. It's a
It's a
monthly
monthly bill,
subscription.
it's like you don't have to pay every day. It's a monthly bill, but it looks like that sometimes, which is great because sometimes I forget.
Yes.
So it's not really free. Sorry about that. My bad. But still, I love Apple Music. I'm not saying I don't. I love it. But
Same here.
Me too.
yeah. And you know what else? Um, the thing with SD cards, okay? They don't play on every SD recorder and they're not universal. I have a Zoom H6. I have a Zoom H1 and a Tascam DR40. And I also have the Victor Stream Reader. But they don't play on each other's SD cards. Like it it has to play how do I explain this?
On
Especially
that machine that you recorded on. Like
yeah,
if you record it on your Victor Reader, that's all it plays on.
yeah, like you can't play it on your Zoom. You can't take that same SD card out of the Victor Reader Stream. Let's say you recorded something on that machine, the Victor Reader Stream. You take it out and you want to put it into your Tascam or even an MP3 player, a regular one. It doesn't work. Well, why not? CDs work. CDs play on every CD player. How come it doesn't with this? It's 2019 by now.
Yeah,
Hello?
Yeah. Exactly.
that
Crazy
doesn't make
people.
sense. And
Yeah.
how come when you buy an SD card and they're the little tiny ones, they only have one adapter to put them in and two little cards. So what are you going to do? Switch out the adapters and lose the card?
Yeah, really. I know. Why don't they have blank adapters
Why
too?
don't they have two adapters, one for each card?
Mhm.
When you get a package with the SD card in it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
Some of this is just common sense and they don't use it anymore.
No, they don't. They need to use common sense, people.
If
Think.
Thomas Edison invented these things, they wouldn't be so confusing.
Right.
You said if common sense were what now?
I said if Thomas Edison invented these things, they wouldn't be so confusing.
No, because they would call it the Edison iPad. What did you say it was called? Because we imagine it. If Thomas
The Edison,
Edison,
yeah, the Edison iPad, it would just be, the company would be Edison, like we have Apple and Android. There'd be Edison as well, but Edison would be the simple iPad for people like me, dummies like me who aren't very savvy.
yeah, not everybody is tech savvy. I'm pretty decent, but I'm not exact. I'm not like a geek.
I'm not really dumb. I'm joking with myself.
Yeah,
Now,
I know.
now, I'm Maggie E talking. Now, um, um, what's what's your name on here?
Gomer 16.
Okay, sorry. Gomer 16 refers to me as a nerd.
Yeah, I call her nerd all the time.
Hey,
Yeah.
nerd, come look at this.
Every time I see something electronic that I think would interest her, I go, hey, nerd, come look at this. Hey, nerd, come here.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. That's a good one.
Yeah.
Hell
yeah,
yeah,
it's
man.
only good fun. We're making light of it, but really, I mean, it's so aggravating. And you know what? Okay, this is ridiculous. I ordered a vocoder. It was called the TC Helicon Voice Live 3 Extreme. YouTube.
Acoustic. Because it was also the acoustic version because it had guitar stuff with it that would apply to me because I play the guitar. This is Gomer 16.
Yeah,
But I can't use it either, and she'll tell you why in just a second.
because okay, when YouTube was telling when I watched videos on YouTube, they say buttons. Now, when you guys out there who can see, when you guys say buttons, I always think physical buttons, on a machine.
Like a remote that I have in my hand here has physical buttons I can feel on it. That's what I think of as buttons.
Yep.
Exactly.
Show that to the camera. That has buttons on it.
This is the remote. This is Maggie E talking. This right here is a remote to my sound bar, so it has buttons on there.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just picked up something with buttons to show. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I mean by buttons. But now what people think of as buttons is, here's Maggie E's iPad. The flat screen, no buttons, just a flat screen, and they call that buttons. Where are they? You call that buttons? It looks like a flat screen to me.
It's a flat screen. Hello.
Yeah. What's that song? That song. It's really This is a song that relates. It's called. What is it called? Gomer 16 when it says, "A screw is a screw." Remember when a screw?
Oh, Tim McGraw sings it. It's I don't know what it's called. I forget, but it talks about things like that. When a screw was a screw, when a Coke was a Coke, and crack was what you were doing when you were cracking jokes and different things like that. Back when that was all the case, it's talking about a back in the good old days, but it's it's his take on that.
Yeah.
Right.
He's just making light of it, saying, that's true. And
Yeah, he's making light of a situation that's true.
yeah, it really is. And I agree. I agree wholeheartedly. Whatever
Yeah.
happened to that stuff?
Yes.
What
and what I
about
don't.
Well, Coke was a Coke is another one in that song.
A Coke is a Coke.
back
Yeah.
when common sense was common sense?
Yeah, Tim McGraw can sing about that now.
And what I don't understand. This is Maggie E talking here. Is sometimes YouTube is not very accessible to us in some ways.
How's that?
Because sometimes when you're trying to find something, our reader voiceover doesn't read it, and we have to get sighted help.
Yeah, like
Another
Cal.
thing, this is Gomer 16. Another thing,
These are
sometimes
my-
on YouTube you have to hit an arrow to get out of something, and that doesn't talk. Why? We're
Yeah.
totally blind. We need everything to talk or nothing.
Exactly. These are two of my friends, and
Yes.
they both agree with me. So,
We're all three of us are blind.
Well,
All three of us are blind.
yes,
We don't have any sight except, I see light and dark.
I see light and dark too. We're all mad at the tech world though. Because
yeah,
of
I'm
how
totally
crazy they
blind
are.
too. But
Right.
let me say this:
Go ahead.
I thank God for Apple because they did make it accessible. They made iPods and iPads accessible. But there are lots of improvements that you guys need to do. Okay? Not just you, but other people who invent other devices like there's also something that we talked about. I even thought of. Okay? Every device you get, every appliance, I don't care if it's a home appliance or anything. How come when you get an appliance like a refrigerator or anything, you name it, it doesn't matter. Why doesn't it have an extra pad with buttons in the box? And those, what do you call those, Gomer, those radios that you switch out?
It's a detachable face car radio. It has but you take the face off the front of the radio so that the thief doesn't try to tear up your CD player trying to get the and try to tear up your car taking your fancy CD player because it doesn't work without the face with the buttons on it. They should have a keypad like that on every appliance that is detachable like that. You take it off, you put the regular one on, like for for DJ Maggie E's brother Michael.
Yeah.
You um,
They're detachable and you can switch them out. Like for somebody who can see, you put the touchscreen on because they already come that way. They come with they come with touchscreen or whatever on it. And but you can also take it off. It pops off. And when you put on the other one for us,
it's already accessible, just like our Apple iPads and stuff are, with the voiceover built in. And I love that as well. Even though I'm not very techy, I love the fact that the voiceover is built in. I don't have to get an extra software to make my machinery talk anymore.
yeah, we don't have to worry about JAWS, and JAWS is so expensive. Everything is so expensive. You don't have to worry.
Yes.
Yeah, the voices are free now.
And that's
I love
another.
that.
This is Maggie E talking here. Another thing that really gets to me is when blind people like us need to purchase things like software for our computers and stuff, and other technology for the blind. People must think that we're rich because they have very expensive pieces of equipment.
They're like thousands of dollars. This is Gomer 16.
Yeah.
And it's ridiculous. Blind people are some of the poorest people around, other than, like, we're not like poor, pitiful me. We're not that poor, but
We're not poor like that. We're not poor. We're not dirt
right,
poor.
but we're on fixed income, so we're poor as far as if you look at rich people and you look at us. In comparison, we are some of the poorest people around if you want to look at numbers, but we are not the poorest of the poor either. We're kind of stuck in between that, I guess. But
Right.
on a fixed income, we're supposed to be able to afford your equipment. You guys are insane.
Yeah, really. Because it seems like you taunt the blind. We made this. Here it is. Psych.
Oh, by the way, you have to pay $1,000 for it.
Yes. Yeah. And that's what I don't understand.
They dangle it right in front of you, and you try to reach out and grab it. Oh, it's gone. Hey, where's it? Sorry, you got to pay $1 million or something, or 1,000. Not everybody can afford that.
Right.
Yeah.
We can't just money doesn't grow on trees. Or do you guys think it grows on trees? Go outside in your backyard and see if it does.
DJ Maggie E actually did that once to show somebody I'm not made of money, and money doesn't grow on trees. Stop asking for money.
I actually went outside to my
do?
backyard. Okay, I actually went outside to my backyard, was talking to one of my family members, and I said, well, let me see if I can go see if there's a money tree out here. Let me see. Nope, no luck yet. No money trees. Sorry. There's no money tree out here, so I can't get you thousands of dollars. Sorry.
Man, what'd they say?
So yeah, she got what I was saying. She knew I had enough.
Yeah.
She got like, oh.
She's like, oh, DJ Maggie E. Well, she called me by my government name, but
Right.
Yeah, get real. But she got it at the same time.
Yeah, basically she got it. Yeah.
I had enough.
Yeah.
But why can they have too? Every appliance have like a detachable face, and it would be the accessible keypad. And when you put it on, it takes a second and it pairs itself up and it goes.
Or you have to pair it up. That wouldn't be too bad.
You pair it up,
okay.
but the
voice, we all have to pair stuff up.
Yeah, and it goes, bloop, voiceover on, and then like, let's say okay, my vocoder. Okay, let's say it had that, and you put the accessible thing on. It goes, TC Helicon VoiceLive 3 Extreme.
Oh, Agent Darkness, one moment, please.
Okay.
Hey Google, what time is it? Hey Google, what time is it?
It's 9:47.
9:47.
Okay.
Gomer 16 will be back in just a second.
Yeah, sure. Gomer 16 stepped away for a minute.
I'm coming right back.
Yeah.
Okay. But why can't they put it on like it'll say TC Helicon VoiceLive 3 Extreme, and then it would
Could you
say,
get mine too?
and then it would say what you're on, like it'll say
Right.
genres button. Double tap to hit genres. Genres, sorry. Double tap to hit
Right.
genres. And then you hit it and it'll tell you what genres. Country, rock. It'll say country, rock, and other genres and stuff, or
Hip
echo.
hop.
Reverb,
Yeah.
button. Double tap to hit. And then you double tap and it will say stadium, arena. Double tap and then you double tap it. Arena. And then you talk into it and then that's it. Like hello,
Come
like
over here.
that or
Come on.
something. And then why can't they do that? And then
Okay, what did I miss?
I just talked about the vocoder where you double tap like when I was using my vocoder that I did have. Let's
Bed.
say it had
Where?
let's say it had
I got.
what do you call that? Like let's say it had a detachable accessible pad thing. It has buttons or it has buttons or something or um it would either have buttons or the touchscreen would talk or something like our iPads and iPhones or something.
Uh-huh.
And
Yeah.
if it does have buttons, it'll say genre and you hit the genre and then it will tell you and then you hit whatever you want and it will tell you like reverb, stadium, and then you can talk into it and there's your echo.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's just common sense right there.
Oh yeah.
So why don't they do that?
Yeah, why don't they do that?
I know.
Yeah, and make blind equipment affordable too. That doesn't make any sense. Like the grocery scanners.
Yeah, I read about and saw at some activity with blind people, this grocery scanner that talks, but it's thousands of dollars and it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
But blind people need a way to read labels on things, and there's not always going to be a person. So make this machine dang affordable.
Well, there are also applications that we can download to our iPhones and whatnot too.
Well, sometimes apps are complicated even with the voiceover.
Yeah, they can be.
Don't
Yes.
always make sense, like GarageBand.
Uh huh.
Some
Yeah,
of it I can't use. I'm like, what?
The scanner is easier
Right.
Oh, really? What do you mean the scanner's easier?
for someone who isn't real tech savvy. A scanner is easier.
Right.
I'll have more patience with that. Honestly, I don't have patience with computers because
Yeah.
of things like that. Because of the way you guys are with the tech world, I don't have patience with it half the time.
Yeah.
I have patience with most things, but not computers. If you want me to have patience with your computer, Apple, and everybody else who makes them, then you better make them worth having patience for. Make them easy, make them simple.
Yeah. Do you guys know what simple means?
Or not.
Or not. If you want simple, but then you don't make them simple. Don't make
That's
it
your fault.
exactly. It's
Not
your
you,
fault.
Agent Darkness. Apple's fault.
Apple's fault, yeah, not all YouTube. I'm just saying Apple's fault. And you know what else? I think YouTube needs audio description. Okay? When I go on YouTube and I'm searching for something I'm interested in, let's say it says unboxing. Sometimes it plays music, just music and nothing else. And you
Yep.
think
Yeah.
That this is DJ Maggie E. That is nothing to us. We can't. It's music playing. That's just what it is to us. We can't see the screen.
And this is Gomer 16. I hear that music and I'm like, what does that have to do with so and so?
yeah, I do
That
too.
music has nothing to do with it. I can't see how the video relates. I have no idea.
Yeah, exactly. That's crazy.
Sometimes you don't even hear anything. You just hear the music. And all they show is the screen with the video, and that's useless to us.
Yeah, it really is.
It's just like saying, Gomer, it's over there. Over there is where? What over there doesn't mean anything to me or my two friends here.
Yeah. Where?
Where's there?
Where's there? You know?
Yeah.
My own family member forgot one time and said it's right here, and I was nice about it to this person, and I said to her, where's here? And she took my hand and put it on it and said, right here. And then she realized her mistake. But I wish more people would do that.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. Yeah, it's ridiculous. And another thing, sometimes they just unbox, they don't do anything. You just hear a bunch of noise like this.
Like,
Okay, okay, do it.
Oh,
It
like
just
this.
comes on and you hear,
this is all you hear. Stuff
that's
like
it.
this.
That's it. That's all you hear, and then it just goes off and goes to the next one.
Yep, nobody
We're just
describes
using
anything.
items around us to demonstrate.
Right.
Yeah. But then there are times that it's a good one. Like somebody will say, "Hi YouTube, this is so and so, and today we're going to be unboxing this and that and the other thing." That's great. I'm
Like
glad.
like for instance, they might say we're going to be unboxing an iPad Pro, and they'll tell you all about the iPad Pro and how
Right.
it works
Yeah.
and everything.
That's great. Thanks, guys, for doing that. But there are some people out there who don't do it anything like that. They just unbox without saying a word.
Yep, and they just show you. They just have the visual cues going on for those who can see.
And to us who can't see, it sounds rude. It might not be rude, but that's how it looks to us.
Blind people use YouTube too, you know.
Yeah,
Yep.
we use YouTube. We're not in the Stone Age, people. We are
Right.
not in the Stone Age. Okay?
We
You
sometimes
can't.
are still a little bit because the way technology is behind for us.
We have
It
to
needs
do
to
what
be
now?
the way technology is behind for us. We sometimes still are.
Yeah, we are sometimes. You can't fix stupid.
No, you cannot fix stupid.
No,
This
you
is
can't.
from Maggie E. and
Gomer
Gomer
16 and
16.
Age in Darkness.
That's right.
That's
all
right.
of it. You cannot fix stupid.
You know,
Sorry.
and there's a lot of blind
And
people
I
out.
heard that quote, "You can't fix stupid," on another video of a singer I like, and he's right, and he can see.
Yeah, Troy Gentry said that.
Yeah, you can't fix stupid, and he's right, and he
I've
can
heard that
see what
before,
he's.
though, too.
Yeah, but it was just funny that you think of country singers not being very smart, but here was this one that said you can't fix stupid. We're like, yeah, cool.
Yeah, really.
And even if I wasn't a fan, that just makes too much sense. I'd say, yeah, that guy's right.
So, I'm sure there are a lot of blind people out there who agree. I mean, I'm sure they get frustrated, too. I subscribed to a YouTube channel with a guy, James Rath is his name.
He's also blind.
Yes, and he is a filmmaker. How does he do it? Because it's really interesting to see how he does it. I don't know how to edit videos yet on my iPhone or iPad because these apps are complicated, even though the voiceover does talk. It talks.
It's not perfect.
It's not perfect. It's not what?
It's not perfect.
It's not
Yeah.
perfect.
Oh, it's not perfect. Yeah. I don't understand everything it says. They have the terms are when you hear them, you're like, what does that mean? You know?
We don't understand computer lingo. Another thing, write the stuff in English so dummies like me can understand it.
Yeah, really. Write it in English.
Exactly.
We're not all computer engineers.
No, we're not. We don't even know how to engineer a computer. We don't know how to create software. So
Speak English when you write these things.
I mean,
damn straight.
this is Maggie E. here. I might know a lot of the tech lingo, but there are just some things I don't know either.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of things. I'm glad, though, that Apple did build in the voiceover program because now I don't have to worry about getting JAWS.
That's right.
I used to think,
Yeah.
oh, I'm going to get JAWS. But then one day, I got a cell phone that actually talks. I said, what? Wow, I didn't think they had that. But now they do. And now I have an iPad and everything's great. But there are just some things you got to improve on and maybe it'll be better, you know?
You
Yep.
can always have room for improvement. And
Always
this is
room.
what we're talking about. We're not trying to bash Apple. There's a lot of great
No.
things about Apple because we have voiceover. I have an iPad. I'm working on getting an iPhone.
I'm not trying to bash Apple. I just want to get
It's
the
great.
message out there.
But now
Some-
we don't have to worry about getting JAWS, which also was outrageously expensive.
Yeah, and they had to keep
Cost an
upgrading
arm
and
and a leg
getting
for
new
JAWS.
all the time.
I'd rather get a. This is Maggie E. I'd rather get an Apple Mac. The Apple Mac laptop
MacBook Pro.
That's right. I'd rather get one
Mhm.
of those than another computer again.
Because that has the voiceover already.
Yep, and you can still do CDs and stuff with it and all that. So I think eventually I'm going to save up to get one of those.
Because then you don't have to worry about buying JAWS anymore.
That was
JAWS
my
is kind of Stone Age now.
that was my
Yeah.
voiceover. I was just finding out where I was.
And voiceover also sounds better than JAWS. It sounds more humanistic too.
Yes.
Yeah, it does. And you can change voices. It's really cool. Like we have sometimes I change it to the Irish voice. It's really cool. Like Moro will
I
go
have mine on that because I like
It
that
goes-
voice.
messages now like that.
It's real-
Now.
she plays with my computer and talks about it like that all the time. Agent Darkness does because I have it on the Irish voice because I really like it.
Yeah, and the Kindle talks too.
Yeah.
But now I think that everything should have dictation too, like the Kindle. It needs a dictation thing because being blind, I am not a very good speller. Because in Braille they have short form like it's called contractions. Like instead of go being GO, it's just G.
Yes.
Well, we know how to spell little words like that.
We know how
but
to spell little
Braille
words
has-
like that, but not big words.
Yeah.
Sometimes in a lot of things that you think are simple, we forget how or we
Yeah,
don't.
people are like, "What? You don't know how to spell that?" I'm like, I've never seen it in Braille. I've seen the contracted version.
Yeah, only seen contracted versions because that's all that we know.
Yeah,
So we're not very good at that.
Yeah.
So that's
blind
why.
people who have been born blind, I think, are bad spellers because of that. I think we're some of the worst spellers because
Yeah, we are.
of Braille contractions, which we should have because Braille takes up a ton of space. But then the bad thing about that, the drawback to Braille, is you can't spell very well. You never can. And you might know what the words mean, you might know how to say them, but you can't spell them, and that makes you look stupid.
Yeah, when we're not
Well-
stupid, it just looks that way. So
Right.
that's something we can't help.
Right, we can't help that. So there needs to be a better way to dictate on the computer because dictation isn't always reliable either. It doesn't always help you.
What do you mean? Because I have dictation on my iPad and iPhone, and you press it, and then it says double tap with one finger.
But it's hard to find the thing to shut it off when you're done. You have
Yeah,
to keep
sometimes it
working.
doesn't shut off. You'll hit it.
I've learned you can just do a two finger double tap and it'll shut off.
Yeah, I did that too, but other times it doesn't. It just does nothing, and you keep
Oh
doing it,
yeah.
and then all of a sudden it goes ding. Finally, and then
And
it'll,
I'm sick and tired of computers freezing up all the time. That should not happen in 2019.
yeah, exactly. Like it'll go doo doo, text so and so, doo doo, and it does nothing, and then you keep.
Instead, it should say, "What do you want to say?" And it never does.
Excuse me. This is Maggie. You have to hold this on. I gotta go.
She'll step away for a second, Maggie E. So this is Gomer 16.
Move back. I
It's
gotta.
her turn to step away.
Yeah,
My ball's too big. It'll just squeeze
that's
through.
all right, but
Oh.
it doesn't it freezes up sometimes, but it freezes up a lot more sometimes too. Like why can't it freeze up occasionally? Because everything freezes up, but it freezes up more than it should in 2019, is what I'm saying. But I'm not trying to bash Apple. I'm just getting the word out there so that you guys can improve on it.
I'm trying to bash. We're trying to bash the tech world as a whole for how stupid a lot of this stuff is.
Yeah, as a whole.
There's no common sense. Apple is fine in a lot of ways, but there needs
Yeah.
to be improvement. But tech world in general, those apps are so complicated that they're not blind friendly. Don't lie to us about it. And if they are truly accessible, make them that way. And do not, also, this is a pet peeve of mine, do not tell me you have to pay for an app if it says free. If it's free, it's free.
Exactly. That's something else I hate. I had these apps that had audiobooks on it, and it would say free. But then actually, when you download it and start to listen to books, you find out that you're being charged.
You better be honest with this stuff, tech people.
Yeah. Don't you know lying is wrong? Did your parents teach you?
Why'd you say that thing went off by mistake?
What?
The iPhone went off, the voiceover went off by mistake because I bumped it.
Oh, I said to the tech world, I said, didn't your parents ever teach you right that lying is wrong and that to be honest? I guess not. Or if they did teach you right, you refuse to listen to them.
Yeah. Don't you know that lying is wrong? You could get in big trouble for it.
Yeah. Look, I'm not trying to be judgmental here. It's very hard sometimes, but it's just like, man, it's a very, very hard, it's a thin line sometimes.
And
Yeah,
sometimes,
maybe they did teach you right, and you guys just didn't listen. That happens sometimes too. Hey, I can be hard headed sometimes, and my friends can be too.
we can be hard headed. Everybody can be.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
But the tech world have a few screws loose,
Yeah,
honestly, because it's too complicated, it's dishonest, and it's not as blind friendly as people say it is.
exactly.
And now this is not Apple. Apple's okay for the most part. This is in general.
Yeah, the general public or the general tech world here.
This would include everything: Apple, Android, all of it.
Right. We use Apple, we don't use Android, but it does include that because there are blind people who use Android out there. Like, what about your Lions Club friends?
One of my Lions Club friends uses Android, and it works for her. So I guess now there's a point where you can just choose whatever you prefer. It used to not be that, but now it is.
I'm back.
Okay, we're still on.
Yeah.
Let me squeeze by.
Okay.
But yeah, the tech world needs to get their act together.
Everyone.
There's a lot of things that are great about
Oh,
us, about the tech world for us blind people and everything, but there's also a lot of things that need to be improved on, and then we won't get as frustrated.
Yeah.
It would be
Yep,
a
that's
lot
right.
easier. If you
Sometimes
guys want convenience, you talk about convenience, you're talking about making everything easy today. Okay,
that's
well,
fine, but live that.
live that.
Yeah.
Live it. Don't lip service. Don't use lip service. Live it. You want to think of it as,
Sorry, we're talking still. We're eating a snack, but
that's
I'm
okay.
still talking to you.
yeah.
If you want to think of it as word of faith movement, Sonia, I'm sorry, Gomer 16.
Ooh.
Sorry. That's okay.
Yeah, we're a faith
People
movement.
use the
Like,
first name sometimes, but not the last name because it's not safe. I've heard like James Rath uses his. I don't know, but
um, word of faith is a false religious system that people think they're Christians. But anyway, the tech world, a lot of it is like that. And I'm good at analogies, and if you use analogies like the religion, then say this:
excuse me.
the false religion of the tech world needs to become the real religion of the tech world.
Yeah, exactly. Mm-hmm. They're lip service that's not real. They're not um they're not telling the truth when they say, oh, it's simple and stuff like that. Simple to use. Right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Right. It's not really that simple.
it's far from it.
So yeah, those are my thoughts. Those are our thoughts about the tech world today. But there's a lot of good things about it that I really appreciate.
It opens up the world to us if
It
we
really
can't
does.
travel.
Yes.
I'm up for traveling to different lands, and I kind of feel like I'm there with the technology they have now. That's great,
Yeah. You can
but
listen to
there are
stations
things
from
you could do better.
exactly. You can listen to stations from all around the world. You can do all sorts of things. It opens up a lot of avenues for us. And it's a great thing to have. But there's a lot of things that could be improved that need to be improved. That if you just had some common sense, then everything would be perfect. Maybe not perfect, but you know what I mean. Everything would be.
Nobody can ever be perfect, but it would be a lot
We all
better than
say
it
that.
is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It would be almost perfect. How does that sound?
Exactly.
Yeah.
This world isn't perfect, but there could be a lot of things that could be improved on. You know, I'm recording this video right now on YouTube. I did it myself with the voiceover's help. If I didn't have the voiceover, I wouldn't know what the hell I was doing. So,
Not any of us would.
No, we'd have
nobody,
to.
our
We'd have
friends, my friends wouldn't
sighted
know what they're
people.
doing either.
We'd have to have sighted people help us.
Exactly. And, you know, I can't go back to no voiceover like it was. Cannot do it. because I wonder how do we do without it?
Right.
Yeah.
So the voiceover is a great idea. So why don't
Yeah.
they have it in other products like, you know, every company? How come every company can't have that
You see
accessibility?
what's over there to your left. I think.
I don't get it.
Exactly.
Like making each TV talks.
Yeah, because of the talking remote.
Yeah. And
Um
our Bose things talk when we turn them on. They say battery and things like that.
oh yeah, our Bose things talks and that's great. It goes battery 100% connected to iPad like that.
Yep.
It does it.
Mm-hmm.
I have the Bose SoundLink and it'll say it's a Bose SoundLink 2, I think, and it goes you turn it on, it goes battery 70% connected to iPad like that.
Yeah.
That way you know it's connected. When I turn my Victor Reader Stream on, it goes connected to Wi-Fi. I think that's great. I love my Victor Reader Stream.
Exactly. I like mine too.
You like yours too? That's cool.
Yep.
And
I still have to get myself one, but
they need to improve on the
some things
Victor
do
Reader
talk,
Stream.
and
What?
some things do talk easier now than they used to, and it's great. But
Yeah.
not enough. Not everything does. Like that vocoder that Agent Darkness had.
Right.
It should have talked, and it should have given her a double tap option and a detachable face so that people like me who would prefer the keyboard from the touch screen
Yeah.
could use keys or buttons.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
I think they need to improve on the Victor Reader Stream a little too, where there's most stations. Whenever I try to look for a station and I hit confirm or the pound sign, it goes, please wait. And then sometimes it'll do that and go, failed to start the station. Why, when my iPhone and iPad doesn't say that? There's this radio station in England called Fun Kids, right? Well, my iPhone and my iPad devices, it'll play it. I'll look for it and it'll say play. I'll play it and it comes on. I do it on the Victor Reader Stream and guess what it does? It goes, failed to start the station. That doesn't make any sense.
Nope.
But don't get me wrong, I love the Victor Reader Stream. They just need to improve on that. Everything would be just fine. Well, you know, I'm just going to wrap it up here, guys. But, you know, I wanted to get the word out there because it made me mad.
It makes all of us mad.
It makes,
Yes.
makes all of us mad. Where, you know, especially when we were talking about the thumb drive and everything, I really was hoping. And then they said, no, you can't do that. I'm like, damn it. Because every time I was trying to, you know, for a long time, I was trying to have other ways of playing my music when I travel. Because CDs now, not that I don't like CDs, I love them, because I keep all that stuff at home now. It's getting cumbersome when you go traveling. Now they have SD and stuff. I was trying to find ways of doing it. And whenever I did, there was always a setback where they didn't play on every recorder or every player. Thumb drives never worked. I'm like, what the hell now? And I kept telling Gomer16 about this, remember? And what did you say? Remember how I kept telling you over time and stuff?
Yeah. Sorry, I'm crunching on a snack, but send that to YouTube. But I was saying all kinds of stuff about that. That it needs to be universal.
Universal, yeah.
That because we travel and we need a better way than trying to drag CDs with us everywhere. Because now it looks cumbersome because you have other ways.
Mm-hmm.
And they don't make CD players anymore, so you're SOL if you don't have a CD player. SOL is shit out of luck.
Yeah. Well, I collect CDs. Well, I preserve old media anyway, and I leave all that stuff at home. But when I go traveling, I need to listen to my music. You know, people who can see can do it. How come we can't? It's easy for them, but is it for us? No, it's not for us.
That's why I said if Thomas Edison invented these things, it would be.
And oh, before we go, tell them how you thought. You said how would Edison invent the iPad and stuff, where it would be simple. And what would you say it had? It had an SD slot, and it would have.
Yeah, it would have an SD slot and a thumb drive slot, and you'd be able to whatever was attached to it would collect the information for you. So you would have multimedia all right there.
Yeah.
So if Maggie's iPad Pro, which is sitting right here, was an Edison iPad, you would have the charging slot would be something, the speakers would be something, and the speakers would be elsewhere, or would they be in the same place? And you'd have slots on the bottom part here where the volume buttons are.
What do you mean the speakers will be elsewhere? What do you mean?
The speakers are on the sides of the iPad Pro.
Yeah, there's like
But-
4 of them.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah, it is
Now
great.
the
I love
volume
that.
buttons are at the bottom, but
It's louder too.
the Edison iPad would have buttons for all the functions, and it would say it would say external media, internal media, thumb drive, SD, and they'd be universal things, so that you could leave it in the iPad and take it with you, and you could close this cover, and your stuff would still be inside the cover. So you could just take this one little book-like thing, and all your stuff is there.
Yeah, same with phones too.
And
And
the
iPod.
SD thing would be like the VCR doors that when you stick a tape in, it slides in,
Mhm.
so it doesn't break.
Yeah.
Or it
and
would just suck it in like some CD players and cars do, and it would be inside this Pro instead of on the outside. Unless you decided to carry it separately, you could put it in a little holder of some kind, and your iPad Pro and everything that goes with it would be in a little bag that's like a businessman's briefcase, but the flat one, because you wouldn't need much, because everything you needed could be in that little case, and you could just carry that under your arm, like my grandfather used to carry his papers to work in.
Oh yeah. What about how you said? Remember how you said the Edison iPad or the Edison Pad would have?
It would be called it would be called the iPad, like it is, but people in slang lingo would call it the ePad, E for Edison.
Oh yeah, ePad.
Yeah.
That is so cool. I love it. That is so cool. The ePad for
Yeah.
Edison, you know, because Thomas
Yeah.
Edison invented the phonograph. So he
Yeah.
and Alexander Graham Bell would invent the same stuff, but with iPhones.
Yeah.
Right.
They'd work together as a team.
Yeah.
They like if the Edison were here today, it would happen like that. Or if the Edison company was still here, other people who know what they're doing.
Or
hint,
the Edison would also
The iPod too would be
It would-
Edison.
it would say ePod, ePad, ePhone. So
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, you got an iPhone? No, I got an ePhone.
Or sometimes people would say, like, if they wanted to just kind of be really slanged up, they'd say, I got me a Thomas.
Yeah, I got me a Thomas. I don't have the Apple.
yeah, yeah,
I
that's
got me
really
a
cool.
Thomas. Or I got me an Edison, the ePhone.
There's this channel I subscribe to called Brick Cell Phones, and I forget what the video was, but the guy who the guy on there said something about Apple is shit or something, and I thought, okay, how come he doesn't like Apple? I don't quite understand everything about it. I don't know why he doesn't like Apple, but there are some things that I was saying on this video that I don't like. But there's a
That
lot
might
of
be
good
why.
things too, so I didn't quite understand what he meant there. Maybe he has a different reason, I don't know. But there's a lot of things that Apple has that I really like. That's good. That they're doing great. They were the first company to
To make things talk.
to make things
blind friendly
accessible
stuff.
for the blind. I would, you know, remember Maggie E. Tell YouTube about Pembroke Meadows. We were there in the 80s, and remember that computer? There was the first talking computer that went a or something like that.
Yes, we had the first talking Apple computer that would we play a typing game, and each letter you hit, it would tell you the letter. Like if it said the letter A, you have to quickly hit the letter A before you
Destroyed the thing on the screen.
Right.
I had that same game at, this is Gomer 16, I had that same game at the blind school in Pittsburgh that I attended during those years.
Yep.
And it went A. And if you didn't hit it right, it would go and destroy it. If you did hit it right, it would wee.
Yeah, kind of like that. Yeah.
Oh yeah. And then we were on the news too. It was all over the news, and we were on
I saw
the news.
something like that too one time, and they do things like that all the time.
Yeah, we were on the news demonstrating how we use adaptive equipment stuff, like the computers.
Yeah, it was really fun. I really loved it. I think it was great. So
Yeah.
And
guys,
they had a voice built in, and it was earlier than Jaws. So where did this Jaws stuff come from?
I never thought of that. I'm not sure.
Actually, it wasn't built in.
Well,
I think
remember,
it was voice synthesizer.
remember the early days?
Actually, I think the Apple computer they had way back in the day, I think you had to actually load the talking software on it or something.
And you had an external box.
Yeah.
Like, say this bottle was a box for the computer, it would have the voice memory in it. You had to hook this up to the computer. You couldn't.
We had something called Deck Talk or something like that.
Oh, that's right. What about Eloquence or something? Is that today?
Eloquence didn't have a voice synthesizer. It just talked out of the
speakers of the computer. Yeah. Eloquence was within the software of JAWS and stuff.
Yeah, Eloquence though, JAWS for Eloquence was the talked out of the regular speakers of the computer. I used to always wonder why can't it just use the speakers? This Deck Talk or these other synthesizers are kind of a hassle. Why do you need an extra speaker? They finally came up with the Eloquence where you don't need that Deck Talk thing.
There's a video I really like by this guy called this channel called 8-Bit Guy or 8-Bit Keys or something, and he talks about how synthesizing speech began. I'll put the video in the description, and you guys can watch it if you're interested. I think it's really cool.
I saw it. Yeah.
Oh, I haven't seen it yet.
I'll have to send it to you.
Yeah, do that for me. Send it to Maggie E.
Gomer 16 saw it. It was pretty cool.
Yeah, send that to me.
They can make people who can't talk with that stuff too. It was really interesting.
Because they talk about how Alexa uses it, stuff now, and it's just a lot better.
Yeah.
So that's really great. I'm not trying to bash everything about it. There's just things I don't like about it, and I'm trying to get the word out there. So maybe other blind people, they can say, hey, yeah, I don't like that either, and maybe some improvements can be made. They always say make your voice heard if you got to say something.
And now that we have talking YouTube, which is amazing, we can.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm glad I can do this, I like doing this. It's a lot of fun. And that's the way I can get my voice heard out there, and say what I want to say.
Yep.
So, yeah. Well, I'm going to wrap it up here, guys, because I don't know how long it's been, but it was fun, but also it was frustrating, the stuff that we
just we just wanted our voices to be heard and stuff.
All the frustrations about the tech world that make me want to smash this iPad Pro. Now give it to you guys.
Yeah.
I feel better now.
Yeah. We all feel better, don't we? No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
Yeah. But we don't really want to break it. We just say it when you get mad. You know how that
I feel like smashing it every day because I'm better at destroying the computer than I am using it. I'm making jokes about it to make light of it.
We're just making light of it, guys.
Yeah, that's all. It's no harm done.
No harm done at all. Do not take
Even if you do
the
comments that aren't very nice, that's fine. Not everybody's going to be nice about these things.
Yeah, exactly.
It's all good.
Yeah. Well, this is Agent Darkness with
and DJ. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
With my friends,
DJ Maggie E.
and Gomer 16.
Peace.
Peace.
Peace.